Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I'm of course your host Aaron, and today we are going to discuss Hulk Hogan. Today he did pass away at the age of 71, and I think it is only fair as a huge wrestling fan and as my childhood hero that we talk about it. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. It is no surprise that when you think of wrestling and you think of WWE, WWF, WCW, TNA, you are always going to hear the name synonymous with everything, Hulk Hogan. Whether you watched him when he turned into a bad guy in WCW with the NWO, or you saw him beat the Iron Sheik and become the biggest name in Hulkamania, or seen him team up with Macho Man Randy Savage for the Mega Powers, there is nothing that this guy did not accomplish in his career. Now, maybe he didn't win every single title, but Hulk Hogan was accomplished in his own right. And I know there are a lot of good things, there are a lot of bad things, but whether you liked them or hated them, you cannot say that this was a great man who made wrestling what it was today. I'm going to read some things out to you. I'm not going to go over a whole deal about his early history and shit like that, but I do want to read something about, what happened, how they found him, and things of that nature, and talk about a little bit of his wrestling career. So it says that he passed away today on Thursday at 71 years of age. Medics were dispatched to the WWE Icon's Clearwater, Florida home early Thursday morning, and they were responding to Hulk Hogan being in cardiac arrest. When they got there, he was not breathing. They did try to use CPR to bring him back to life, and it did not work for him. There were some rumblings and rumors that he was in a coma following his last surgery. I believe he was getting back surgery because I don't want to say that he was trying to make an in-ring return, but knowing Hulk Hogan, he would probably not stop until, something bad did happen. I'm just trying to read down here. It said that cops tell us that at 9:51, he was treated by Clearwater Fire and Rescue personnel before being taken to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead. During a news conference today on Thursday afternoon, they said that Hulk Hogan died at 11:17 a.m. before adding that there were no foul play or suspicious activity. That's good. Good thing it wasn't an overdose or something crazy. And as I mentioned before, just a few weeks ago, Hulk Hogan's wife Sky, whom he married in September 2023, denied rumors he was in a coma, stating that his heart was strong as he was recovering from surgeries. There were some things, I guess, on TMZ that they released that he was on his deathbed, but at the time he was just going through some symptoms because he just had neck surgery that he went through in May. And as you know, he just put out the Real American Beer. He just started a new amateur wrestling company that was coming out. So there were a lot of things planned for this guy. He was doing things, even though he wasn't in WWE technically, he was doing things on the outskirts. Hulk Hogan, born Terry Greenbola, transformed professional wrestling into a family entertainment sport. Before Hulk, wrestling catered to a fairly narrow audience. Hulk's theatrics in the rings were magnetic for children and their parents and their supercharged sport. I remember my brother had the wrestling dolls and stuff like that, and to him, this was devastating because, my brother is a little bit older than me, but he really liked Hulk Hogan's early days in wrestling. And if not for that, maybe I wouldn't have been in wrestling, Hulk Hogan got my brother in the wrestling, and my brother got me. Hulk Hogan kickstarted a pop culture phenomenon with Hulkamania after defeating the Iron Sheik for the World Heavyweight Championship in 1984, a craze that never went away. And the signature bandana, the red and yellow, and the handlebar mustache were often copied by fans for decades. My buddy Tony, when we went to Electro EDC, I should say, he dressed up as Hulk Hogan. Very synonymous, and it's just so weird, Ozzy passing away, and the guy Jamal from what was it called, The Cosby Show. It's always in threes. Terrible. In 1996, Hulk Hogan transformed himself from a hero to villain. He created the NWO, and I know a lot of people know this one because they're black and white, baby. And he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and you know that I loved when he used to play the goddamn belt like that. I'm not going to take the belt off of here and start playing it, but that was my favorite thing that Hulk Hogan did as Hollywood Hulk Hogan. It propelled him as a professional career and gave him even more fame. This was when he was like in his late 40s when he did this. He reestablished himself as the biggest name in sports entertainment. Insane. Hulk Hogan had countless iconic performances, including a matchup with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It was actually a really good match. Hulk Hogan, I think, should have went over, not The Rock, but you got to do your dues at WrestleMania 18 in 2002. And he faced off with Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3 and had memorable feuds, of course, with Ultimate Warrior and Randy Savage. You know, he was the first one to technically body slam Andre the Giant, which fueled him to be a great name in every household and around the world. Hulk Hogan was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2005. I gotta read these dates properly. He was removed in 2015 after a scandal erupted over racist comments while he was being secretly recorded during a sexual encounter. Gawker posted the clip and Hulk Hogan subsequently sued, winning the lawsuit. That is what the kind of the downfall of Hulk Hogan, in a sense. And he never really regained the momentum and everything else that he had after that happened. Hulk Hogan was inducted a second time in the WWE Hall of Fame in 2020, this time as a member of NWO. Sweet! WWE released a statement on Hulk Hogan's death saying, "One of pop culture's most recognizable figures, Hogan, who helped shape the WWE in the 1980s, has passed away. WWE extends its condolences to Hulk Hogan's family, friends, and fans." Hulk Hogan was also, these are some other things that are really kind of funny, Hulk Hogan was a star of the 2024 Republican National Convention when he set the room ablaze with his theatrics. I remember watching this with Justin at work. It just showed how fucking Hulk Hogan was just full of energy and full of, yeah, it was a Republican Party, I don't want to get into politics and shit like that, but you just felt like energized when he was talking. What you gonna do, brother, when Donald Trump runs wild on you? Of course, what you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you? I can't do the great pose and shit like that. But Hulk Hogan was great. I remember I'm posing. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna miss the guy, you know? I remember watching like WWE Raw just on Monday and they were talking about the real American beer. It's just so freaking sad. Hulk Hogan had amazing success. Hulk Hogan had an amazingly successful movie career beginning in 1982 with Rocky III, playing the iconic Thunder Lips. He also starred in No Holds Barred, Suburban Commando, and Mr. Nanny. He also had like a role in one of Leslie Nielsen's movies. I think it was Naked Gun. Banging. He also had his own show. He had Hogan Knows Best with his wife Lyndon, Nick, and Brooke. And yeah, I mean, this guy was a hero to a lot of people. And now we are mourning the death of Hulk Hogan. I don't really have anything more to say. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time with more stuff, more things, and of course, more of me.